Hello, everyone, and welcome to your week ahead energy reading for the Mind Body Soul Transformation Collective. I've cleansed the space, shuffled the cards, and connected with Spirit for the most high and good of everybody. I'm going to start with two oracle cards or two oracle card decks. Who knows how many cards will come out. One is my Angels and Ancestors deck. I had a fair bit of this energy coming through yesterday for us, so it felt significant. And then what was interesting to me, as I pressed record today, there was a delay in it actually starting to count up. And then as I was actually shuffling this deck as that was starting, and I noticed that we've got kind of the theme of time. And then even on the bottom of the deck, we've got Mirror Guardian, take time to reflect. So I'm thinking there's already a message as we come into this reading that has to do with time this week. Maybe a delay or something's been delayed, or maybe we're needing to take time to reflect on what has been before we move forward. I'm also going to use the Healing Waters Oracle deck, which I do use often because it's a beautiful deck and I love it. But the reason I've chosen this deck today is I was drawn to go on a walk down to a nearby local water source yesterday, which I don't usually go to very often. And as soon as I could see the energy, I felt this huge energetic shift and movement within me. And I really feel right now we're being called to natural water sources if we can. You don't necessarily have to get into the water, but if you can, probably even stronger. But just connecting with that water, I think there is a lot of healing there for us, but possibly also messages. So if you have that opportunity, get outside, get close to some natural body of water and connect and see what comes through for you, what you feel. You can also do this, however, connecting with your drinking water, your shower water, the water that you're bathing in, as long as you set the intention around that and call in that support from that water, including cleansing it of any impurities that are within it prior to connecting with that water in that way. All right, so let's start with our oracle cards. As I said, Angels and Ancestors deck to begin with. Messages for the Mind Body Soul Transformation Collective for the week ahead, for everyone's best and highest good, messages that are of the light. Thank you, Spirit. We are in Pisces season, and I'm certainly already noticing that real shift that's kind of been predicted for this Pisces season of lowering the veil, of it getting easier to connect with the other side, for spiritual gifts coming online. That was hugely powerful for me yesterday in the healing sessions. I had beautiful connections with loved ones that had messages for the two souls that I had in to deliver some energy healing to, and was really able to have a conversation with these spirits and souls on the other side, which was just so beautiful because they were really there, wanting to be part of it, wanting to give me some guidance that I could pass on to the two women that I was working with yesterday. All right, first card out, we've got Earth Mother, feel loved and comforted. Looks a lot like the Empress energy, actually. And the other energy that was really strong yesterday was Divine Feminine energy, really strong. If you saw on my Instagram stories, I had Mary Magdalene come through for one of the women, and I stopped and brought red roses on the way for that reason. And I'm really feeling this need to balance our masculine and feminine energies right now. We've got three cards. I'll show you what they are, but I may just speak to only one of them. The Selkie card is back. We had this a few months ago. Come out of hiding, embrace who you really are. Then we've got Cleansing, releasing the old, energetic tune-up for new beginnings. And Plunge, don't hold back. It's time. Go for it. Dive in. Bottom of the deck, I've got Protection Guardian, drop your shields and let it rain, allowing what is inevitably, and trust. So there's a lot here. I just want to speak a little bit to some of the themes that came through in my walk and then in the healing sessions yesterday, because I suspect we might expand on some of this energy through this energy healing or this energy reading. Maybe we're delivering a healing today too. And those themes were, as I said, around getting in connection with water, that there's healing there for us. And maybe that is this cleansing card, that water is helping us to cleanse the old and tune us up and allow new beginnings to come in for us. Strong messages around fear and how that is holding us back from enjoying the moment and connecting with the world around us in love and happiness, of just acceptance of where we are right now and appreciation of all the beauty that exists within our lives and around us, rather than focusing on the what ifs and worrying about whatever it is that might be holding you back from taking that next step or just enjoying the present moment. As I've already touched on, another theme was balancing that, kind of actually balancing a lot of the duality. So balancing that feminine and masculine energy was really strong, but also that idea of bringing our shadows into the light, so doing the shadow work. Now is really a time when we're being asked to go inside and do the healing that needs to be done before we step into this next chapter, this next phase of where we are heading. And yeah, I'm just getting the real strong sense that water can help us, and water and the earth can help us with this right now. All right, let's read the messages from the book. Firstly, with Earth Mother. Doesn't she look like the Empress card? Okay. Earth Mother. Allow yourself to be cherished. Earth Mother is protecting you with a shield of love and light. Earth Mother is a female counterpart to the Sky Father. It's auspicious to receive this card because in the eyes and the heart of the Earth Mother, you are her child and she is highly protective of her baby and will give you everything you need to grow and expand. Earth Mother is only covered by leaves in this card, showing the vulnerability of the earth. Every day she experiences challenges that she has to adapt to and overcome. Her energy, represented by the symbol of the pagan triple goddess, Maiden, Mother, and Crone, behind her, can help you adapt as the changes of life come your way. You may have felt overwhelmed or out of control emotionally recently, but you are now moving back to your natural center, and this will bring you to a place of clarity and openness. If you have felt ungrounded, know the Earth Mother is here to root you and help you regain a sense of strength. You may not feel like a child, but in the eyes of the divine, you are a child of light, and it is important that you know that and feel loved. If you have had challenges with your mother or with being a mother yourself, know that the energies of mother healing are with you to help clear any ancestral blockages that are preventing you from making this sacred love connection. You are being guided to make choices that are based in love. What a beautiful message. I was reading that. I was reflecting on that Mother Maiden Crone and the need to really look at all these things. And I already touched on this with the dualities in terms of our masculine and feminine, our light and our shadow aspects of ourselves. I really think we're being called right now to do the work to bring all those parts of ourselves, all those parts of what we're focusing on into balance, because the more we can do that internally, the more we can help the earth herself, but also the collective do the healing that it needs to bring these energies into balance and to create really heaven on earth, which is what we are here to do right now. So let me move on. I'm going to read the cleansing card out of the other three. So again, we had the Selkie, come out of hiding, embrace who you really are. The cleansing card, releasing the old, energetic tune up, new beginnings, and plunge, don't hold back. It's time, go for it, dive in. This card to me is that energy I was saying of get into water if you can right now. But let's read the cleansing card. Water has been deeply associated with both physical and spiritual cleansing since ancient times. We use water to cleanse our day away as we bathe, and many of the world's faith traditions use water as a means of spiritual purification, from immersion in holy rivers to baptism and ritual baths. Pilgrims around the world journey to numerous sites for healing and cleansing of their waters. The water in the grounds of Japan's Hongu Sengen Taisha, a Shinto shrine at the foot of the sacred Mount Fuji, is seen as both deeply holy and self-purifying. Flowing from the melting snow at the volcano mountain summit, it forms washing pools that call people to them from near and far. Many people believe that these pools are very mystical and powerful. Local legends say that the depth of the pool waters magically changes according to the size of the person who enters them, adapting to the level of their submergence. While visiting the healing waters of the world is an incredible thing to do, you don't need to travel to experience the healing and cleansing power of water for ourselves. You probably already use water in this way, although perhaps not consciously. As you shower or bathe or as you wash your hands, consider the water and call on it to support you by washing away what's coming to an end or is no longer in alignment, leaving space for what you'd like to birth anew. That is a really strong message for this week. And the other thing that I wanted to touch on as I was reading that card out is the idea that energy holds memory, that the energy holds memory, the water holds memory, and it is the memory of Mother Earth and the memory of all that came before us, and we can connect with that memory that can help us on this path by connecting with water with intentionality. So my invitation to you this week is to really think about what it is that you do want to cleanse and clear from your life, what is no longer in alignment, and how you can connect with water intentionally to do that, but also to connect with anything that you're needing right now to help you on your path forward, so you can come out of hiding, so you can embrace who you really are and understand who you really are. All right, let's jump into the tarot. I'm going to use what must be my favorite deck because I seem to use it all the time, the Earth Woman Tarot. Let me grab the book so I can show you. I just love the illustrations on this deck. Splitting the card to Strength and the Devil there. Interesting place to start. In terms of the astrological energies of the week ahead, and I'm not an astrologist, we have, as I mentioned in last week's video, Mars going direct in Cancer today. That can start to bring about some real forward movement in those areas, particularly as it relates to home and emotional aspects of ourselves. We also have the Pisces new moon on the 27th, so in just a few days' time. And then on the 28th, you'll remember the planetary alignment from, must be January, 2222 on the timer. The planetary alignment of the 6 planets back in January. We have 7 planets in alignment on the 28th. And that feels significant to me, particularly being the end of the month. We'll see if anything comes through around that date. Feels like we're building up to something there. All right. That was 2 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, which is exactly what we were just talking around that balance and how can we call that balance in right now. Messages for the Mind, Body, Soul transformation for the week ahead. Messages for the best and highest good of everyone. What do we need to know? 2 of Cups. The Moon. Justice, balance. Wow. Any other messages, Spirit? Thank you. 4 of Wands. My goodness, what a beautiful spread of cards. And 8 of Cups. Ten of Swords, bottom of the deck. Let's see if there's anything else. All of these cards have water on them, except for Four of Wands. Thank you, Spirit. We've got the Two of Cups, which I think I'm going to clarify a little bit more too. Now, the Two of Cups is generally a love connection or a connection founded in love coming together. That doesn't have to be romantic. I'm immediately drawn to the fact that we've got these snow-capped mountains in the background that are flowing down into a river. And that's exactly what we're talking about with that pool at the bottom of Mount Fuji, and how sacred and holy that water was. And then the fact that they've got the water in their cups. And we have a masculine and feminine representation here on the card as well. So absolutely, for some of us, this may speak to a connection coming in or strengthening this week. For others of us, it might speak to that water cleansing energy of how we can use water to bring our masculine and feminine into balance this week. Particularly given we started with the Two of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, we've got the Justice here as well, which is all about balance. Then we've got the Moon card. I'm having some technical issues, so that's interesting. Now, the Moon card, as I've already mentioned, we've got the full moon in the new moon in Pisces this week. The Moon card actually speaks to Pisces energy here as well, so definitely strong message about this new moon that is happening on the 27th this week. The moon can also speak to Cancer energy, as Cancer is ruled by the moon, and we do have Mars going direct in Cancer today. What's particularly drawing my attention in this card is that eye on the moon. Now, with new moon energy, that's all about setting intentions, planting the seeds for what we are wanting to call into our lives. And I'm getting the sense that this week we're going to see whether that is in alignment or not. We might see what is in alignment and have the opportunity to set a new course of direction. And we've got the Eight of Cups at the end of the spread. So certainly that could speak to walking away from what was in our past to walk this new path based on our intuition and insight that comes in this week with this new moon, with this Pisces energy that we're sitting in right now, as our spiritual gifts and connections and intuition strengthen under this energy. We're able to better see what is in alignment, what is in balance, what we need to work on, and that also allows us to cleanse out of our life what is no longer in alignment. Now, as I said, I'm going to clarify some of these cards. We've got Justice, which speaks to balance. It is Libra energy. I really think this is that idea of doing the work this week to bring things into balance. It may also speak to things coming into justice. If there are unfairnesses that are happening on the collective level in your own individual experience, there may be shifts this week with this energy in this spread to bring that back into fairness and justice. So if you are currently undergoing legal proceedings or have something that seems unfair right now, you may see a shift in that with some of the energy that is happening this week. For some reason, it seems to me that might also be related to today's shift of Mars going direct in Cancer. So potentially those things relate to things that relate to your home, to emotional matters. I've got the Four of Wands, such a beautiful card always to get. It's the 1111 card. I've been seeing a lot of 1111 lately, so there might be a message there in that number for you. It is a card of celebration of possibly marriage with the Two of Cups here too. It might be a proposal or a marriage for some of you this week. And yeah, I'm reflecting on again, some of the messages that I've been getting the last few days and that came through in the healings yesterday, this idea of how can we focus on that which brings us joy in our life, that which we enjoy, really feminine energy here in this card too, like flowing and enjoying life rather than being so focused on ticking the boxes that we're told we need to tick. So that in itself might be how we step into this energy of coming into balance, coming into alignment with what we're meant to be doing right now. My computer is really glitching out, so I'm hoping this is going to record. Then lastly, we've got the Eight of Cups, which I've already spoken on. So I'm going to do some clarification on this card. The Eight of Cups is walking away from something that previously brought you a lot of happiness and joy, but is no longer in alignment, which really does fit with that cleansing energy of kind of a new beginning coming in, of something that is in alignment for you at this point of your journey, but also is in alignment with where the collective is moving and going. So let's do some clarifications. I'm going to switch over to my Lightseer Tarot deck for the clarifications. Starting with the Two of Cups. Two of Cups, Spirit, can we please clarify the Two of Cups? Thank you. That eye on the moon card's really drawing my attention. A few cards out. Four of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Four of Pentacles, 4-4. Whew, quite a few cards out. Okay. Interesting. I will show you these cards as we go through. We've got the Four of Pentacles, the Page of Cups. To me, this card feels like it's speaking to maybe a love connection that we're wishing for with When Pigs Fly, or that we might be in that just isn't what we had hoped it would be. Kind of just, it's a bit immature in its, and I don't mean that from a individual person's energy, but it's just not the depth of connection that you might be seeking in relationship with others. And that could be friendships, and actually I think it quite possibly could be a whole heap of relationships, reassessing what are the relationships that we're holding on to that actually aren't giving us what we need. I was reflecting on, before I started recording this, the lessons I've had around what support looks like, what friendship looks like over the last 12 months, and where it can come from, and where it maybe sometimes doesn't come from the places that you would expect it to. And I'm really getting a sense with this combination of cards, and then we've got the Nine of Swords and the Tower, that those things might be about to come to an end. And if we're not willing to do the really challenging work of releasing those ourselves and setting our boundaries around what we expect in connection with others, and that can be done in a genuine, compassionate, kind way, that there might be situations that come in that are really unpleasant, cause us a lot of despair, worry. But with the Tower here, those things might come to a very sudden end. And how can we let go of the things that are no longer in alignment, walk away from the things that are no longer in alignment gracefully, before these things build to a point where we're kind of forced to, or there's a level of resentment or other negative feelings associated with those, rather than just going, this no longer works for me and I'm ready to walk away. And until we can do that, we can't let these new, maybe more aligned connections come in. Those red roses are really drawing my attention, given I went and got roses yesterday, and it's got the little love note was what I was going to say. But the other thing I'm noticing is on his shoes he's got little wings, a bit like the wings on the pig here. And so it might be that by releasing the things you thought were what you wanted, that you thought you were dreaming of, you can create space for what actually that is, like manifest into reality the connections that you're wanting to call in right now. Okay. moving on. There is a real time delay with this recording. So that message at the start around something that's been delayed, it might be that we have been the cause of delaying that by not doing this work, by not doing this work to bring things into balance, to cleanse ourselves, to release anything that no longer serves us. And that once we do that, then those things can come in. And I'm just really hoping that this is recording. Anyway, just messages to clarify the moon card, please, Spirit. Messages that are of the best and highest good of all. Thank you. Anything else? Okay, we got a note, so that's fine. We've got the Ace of Wands and the Six of Cups. You know what? When I spoke about the moon card before, I spoke to how I think we might be having intuitive insights into what it is that we're wanting to set intentions around this week or for our future with the energy of that new moon in Pisces. And with the Ace of Wands here, that really speaks to that too. Like we've got the eye on the moon, which was really making me think third eye. We've got the Ace of Wands. So new ideas coming in, but you might recognize as they come in that actually you've had this idea in the past, that you might have wanted to do this as a child, that there might be some connection to something from the past of this idea that you didn't, it wasn't the path that you chose to follow, or it's maybe just reached its stage of maturity now as an idea. Maybe this was a seed you planted as a child, but it wasn't ready to come into fruition until now. So really sit with that around that new moon this week and have a think about what is in alignment with where I'm wanting to go. What are the seeds I need to be planting? What are the actions I need to be taking? How can I do that in a balanced way, particularly around that feminine and masculine energy? But really also reflecting on, is there something from the past that you wanted to do that is coming back to the surface for you? Because it might be the time to take those steps towards that. All right. Clarifying the Justice card, please, Spirit. Thank you. Six of Swords. We're definitely starting to get some moving on energy here. Six of Swords. Anything else, Spirit, for the Justice card? Queen of Swords. Two of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck as well. Okay, we've got the Six of Swords, Queen of Swords, and the Three of Pentacles in that order. Six of Swords speaks to moving into calmer waters, definitely moving on. Could speak to travel, possibly. There might be travel that you are planning or taking this week. The Queen of Swords, what I'm noticing about her is I really think that once you've made this decision, it's like that is actually... Yeah, two messages, I think, with this Queen of Swords, that once you're clear on what your direction is or what is transpiring as relates to this Justice card, what is coming into balance for you as a result of what takes place this week, you get really clear on where you're going. And again, she's sailing off somewhere. But I'm also just getting a bit of a caution message with this approach of responding to this situation is I'm not feeling a lot of balance in our energies in this card. It's very intellectual, it's very boundaried, it's very in logic, and that really isn't sitting quite well with the energies that are actually at play astrologically. And you'll notice in this card, she's got a cup with her, but it's kind of caged away. So I'm really getting the message with this card that there's a caution here to, if this justice card relates to something that has been really challenging for you to face with, and something is coming into play that's allowing you to move on from this, as you move on, be cautious not to close yourself off to feeling what needs to be felt, releasing what needs to be released, but also being open in your heart to what it is that might come in, or what might be available to you the other side of finding this balance. The Queen of Swords card doesn't feel imbalanced to me. And so I'm really getting this strong message of, whilst this might feel what you need to be doing, don't spend too much time in just that energy. You're going to have to find a way to come back in connection with your heart. And then when you're able to do that, you may be able to bring in connections that allow you to really move forward in collaboration and connection with others. But to do that, you need to be connected to being open to call those people in. All right, 2 more cards to clarify. We've got the Four of Wands, which are really probably is that card to counterbalance that Queen of Swords card that I was just talking about. Like, how can you just lean into? To clarify the Four of Wands, we have the Four of Wands. And then we've got the King of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So the counter pair for that, again, it may be there is some advancement in a love connection this week with an engagement or something really beautiful in the next step of a love connection. How can you be more in the energy of really enjoying and celebrating this? And if that's not your story, I'm really just getting the sense that you are being called to be in the moment, to enjoy life. Like that fear message from the start. Let's actually just celebrate each day for what it offers us, rather than worrying about the what ifs of the future. I don't think I really do need to clarify the Eight of Cups, but I'll see if anything wants to come through. The Hermit tried to, went back in the deck. So it might be, if you are walking away from something, you may want to go into isolation. I think since it went back into the deck, you're actually probably either not going to be able to, or that isn't the right step. Got Two of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, Three of Cups, Empress at the bottom of the deck. Don't these 2 cards look similar? All right. So in terms of the Eight of Cups being here, this is a choice with the Two of Wands here. You can stay in the old way of being, the old way of doing things, or you can choose the adventurous route of trying something new, planting those seeds for whatever is coming through your intuition this week, letting go of some of those old things that might be holding you back from walking into the new energy of the Two of Cups. And just piece by piece, planting those seeds from a place of grounding in balance, grounding in what your intuition is telling you to do. And there's some really beautiful connections coming through for you with the Three of Cups here as well. See if there's any last messages for us, Spirit. Any last messages that are for the best and highest good of the Mind Body Soul Transformation Collective. Three of Wands. Two of Pentacles is back at the bottom of the deck. Did I have the Three of something else? No, Four of Pentacles. Oh yeah. Okay, so we've got the Three of Pentacles, Three of Wands, and Three of Cups out. What are we missing then? Three of Swords, which is heartache. I feel like that was the same last week, wasn't it? Interesting. So we've got that 333 energy again, spiritual connection. again, really being asked to, I don't know why I was holding the Queen of Swords. I'll come back to what that was about. Really being asked to connect in with what it is that's coming online for you this week, and trusting your intuition, trusting whatever it is that you're picking up on is real. Not, now I know what that was for, not intellectualizing it. You'll know it in your heart, not in your mind. If you are getting messages, if you are hearing things, if you are seeing things, if you are dreaming things, they are all messages that are here for you right now. They will all help you to move on this path, as will water right now. There's so much opportunity this week if you actually allow yourself to trust what is coming through, particularly around that new moon on the 27th. Just coming back to the Two of Cups clarifying cards, because I've just had another message come through around this. The holding on to what that which no longer serves, that's causing you anxiety, that could bring about a tower if you don't do it. You can release this without a tower moment. We are really blessed right now with the energy that supports us closing out karmic cycles that are no longer in alignment with us. And it's as simple as choosing a different decision, choosing to have boundaries, choosing to walk away, choosing to no longer tolerate connections, behaviors, environments that do not support us, that do not support our growth, that do not support the path that we're meant to be walking, that our intuition is asking us to do, that do not support us coming into balance, whatever that might look like for you. And I suspect that's across many different areas. This is the central card of today's reading. So please have a think about what is out of balance for you this week and what you need to do to bring that back into balance, and let the water and the earth support you in that. All right. Have a beautiful week ahead, everyone. Goodbye.